It's 3 o'clock, and we're going to start on our next general session, letting you know how school's going to start. First of all, I want to say I'm super excited that Monday is on its way here. I can't wait to get to Monday and looking forward to seeing all of our students come back to school. I do want to say that the staff has worked all summer long, starting about the first week of June, on preparing to educate the kids and getting ready for this upcoming school year. We've had a lot of communication with Marshall Elementary. We've talked across grade levels, and we're pretty confident we know what learning that our students missed out on from March to May, and we're ready to fulfill those needs and move on with a great school year. So just know that we are thinking about what we need to finish up from last year and how to start this year. I want to go ahead and talk about arriving at school. If you are coming on the bus, of course, your bus will unload you down by the gym. Sixth graders will come in one door, fourth and fifth graders will come in another door. If you are a car rider, this is going to be new for us. We've never had much of a car rider line, but we would like to encourage parents to bring their children just to help us out with the buses. But if you're a car rider, you're going to drop your child off down in front of the gym, drive in front of the school, and exit at this far end. So you'll enter at that entrance down by the gym, drive in front of the school, drop your child off at the gym, and then drive on past the school and exit. That's where we're going to start our day. Once you drop your kids off, when they get off the bus, we're going to expect them to have their mask on. Anytime our kids are moving, we expect them to be masked up. When inside the gym, the kids are going to have the opportunity to have a grab-and-go type breakfast, and they're going to go right to their spots in the gym. Every kid is going to have an assigned spot, a special place that they go every day. Once it's at their spot, they're going to be able to take off their mask and sit there, and we're going to have a lot of things going on in the morning for them to try to enjoy school. We want school to be a fun place to come, a place to come to learn, a place that gives them a little bit of feeling of normalcy. We want to do our best that we can, but still maintain the respects of social distancing. So once at the gym, students are going to sit on their assigned spots, the same spot every day. After around 7:45, the teachers will come to the gym, and at that point, the teachers are going to take the children's temperatures. Now, with that being said, if you're dropping your student off, if you're putting them on a bus, that's you saying your child is well. That's you saying they have no symptoms and there's absolutely no reason that they should be in school. That's also saying that I haven't given them any type of fever reducer so that they can start school without fever. We're all about educating our students, but we want to keep them safe. So just know that we expect you as parents to know if your child wakes up with a sore throat or runny nose or things that we normally don't keep them home for, this year you might keep them home for that. After we take their temperatures, the students are going to travel down through the school to their classrooms. Now, anytime we're traveling, we're going to be masked up. Anytime we're on the move, we're going to be masked up. So the students are going to put their mask up, travel through the school, down to their classrooms with their homeroom teacher, enter their places, and when they're on their spots in their classrooms, they're going to be able to take their mask down. They will have the same assigned seat in the classroom every day. We're not going to be changing around. We want to be able to keep up with exactly where our kids have been in case we need that information. I mentioned breakfast would be a grab and go, and that we'll have our masks on. Once inside the classroom, if your child has got to go sharpen their pencil, they're on the move, they'll need to put their mask on. If they need to go to the restroom, they're on the move, they're going to need to put their mask on. Now, we are going to let our children change classes. We're going to try to have as normal of a school day as we possibly can. A lot of thought has been put into dismissing a grade level a couple of minutes later than others, different paths for grade levels to go so that we won't come in contact with one another. We are going to change classes. Your child is going to have a different teacher for science, a different teacher for social studies, a different teacher for literacy, and a different teacher for math. Like I said, changing classes is part of our normal routine here at Leslie Intermediate, and we want them to experience a normal routine. The students are also going to be going to the lunchroom. We're not serving lunch in our classrooms. We're going to let our students go to the lunchroom. Of course, they're going to be on the move. They'll need to wear their mask until they get to their same spot that they'll sit in every day in the cafeteria. Once they have their tray, they're going to be able to remove their mask and enjoy their meal time. We are having 2 recesses per grade level. Once we go to recess, students, once outside, will not have to wear their masks. Our water fountains are going to be off limits this year. So we're going to ask that parents supply their child with bottles of water. We're going to have some water available, but it just would really be helpful if you would send them with water to school. It's that they can have at their disposal to drink. Sanitizing, we're going to remind our kids to sanitize their hands often. We have about 15 sanitizing stations throughout the school. Those are going to be refilled as needed. We've also got a good schedule in place to have classrooms sanitized. Every time a group leaves a classroom and they're not returning as a group, we're going to sanitize that classroom. We also have a schedule in place for sanitizing the restrooms frequently. We're sorry to say that this year we won't be letting visitors into the building. A lot of you like to come and eat lunch with your student. That's not going to be able to happen this year. What you can do is come into our main entrance and you could check your child out for lunch. Maybe you could go sit on the grounds out in front of the building. Maybe you're going to go sit in the car. Maybe you're going to run quickly to one of the local places and get some lunch. We just ask that you return your student by the time that class starts back up. Communication. For our communication purposes, we always use, of course, our Facebook page, website. I send out a principal's page most every Monday. I think the individual grade levels may have a text messaging app where they will try to get a hold of you. We have your email. If your email in eSchool is correct, we have your email. We also have a way to send group parents emails. So there's just lots of ways that we will try to communicate with you if you will just check those sources, that you check those emails. If you do Facebook, check that Facebook, check your text messages. We want to make sure that you guys are good and informed. This year, our kids will not get to use lockers for a while. Their backpacks are going to be their lockers, but a lot of thought has been put into students and how much goes into that backpack. If your child's got a heavy backpack, it may be because they have chosen to supply it with lots of things. A lot of times we have kids that carry 3 and 4 library books or carry a big old school box full of markers and pencils and crayons. We've tried to eliminate that, and we have exactly what they need, and none of that is too terribly heavy. If you feel like your child's backpack is too heavy, you might go through it with them and see what's necessary and what's not. This year, our students will be learning to use the Buzz Learning Management System, and that's very similar for them as a Google Classroom. They're a little bit used to Google Classroom, but we're going to train them this first 2 weeks to use Buzz Learning Management System, where the teachers will put their assignments and their directions for them to learn from. And our sole purpose for this is in case we do go home like we did from March to May, your child will be prepared. They'll be ready to pivot to that remote learning. We will have some hot spots through the county for those of you that do not have internet, and we'll be sending that a list to you out next week. Since every child has a Chromebook, we do offer Chromebook insurance, and we had hoped to give you that information. We seem to be having a little bit of trouble with our copier today, So expect a Chromebook handbook to come home next week. Chromebook insurance is $25, and that covers typical breakage for a Chromebook. If the keys are broken, if the screen's broken, all of that can be replaced using that $25 Chromebook insurance. If you do not have the Chromebook insurance, you are liable for the damage. If the Chromebook gets damaged, you are going to be liable for the replacement of that Chromebook. So that $25 may be something you want to invest in. If that is a difficulty for you right now, you can always let us know and we can work something out where that you can have that insurance. A lot of our fourth graders and our fifth graders are at the age that they've got to have a vaccination. If you are 11 before September 1st, you may need to have a vaccination, or you may have already had it this summer. If you are 11 and you're not up to date on your current vaccinations, parents, we need you to call the Searcy County Health Unit and make an appointment to get that done. If you apply for exemptions for vaccinations through the Arkansas Department of Health, you need to make sure that we have that paperwork in place by September 1st. I would like to address a little bit about COVID-19. Of course, I've already told you we are mindful of the sanitizing of the hands, wearing of the masks, and parents, we need your help to encourage our students to wear our masks. We've got several teachers that have asthma and other health conditions. We have several students that have they have asthma, and we want to do all we can to keep our students healthy. And research has shown that wearing the mask by both parties and maintaining distance helps prevent the spread of COVID. So we're going to ask your support on wearing the mask. You've noticed through the hallway there's little white stickers. That's just to help keep the students mindful of how far apart they need to be from one another. Now, we did have to cancel parent orientation on Tuesday. We have had a positive case in the district. All the direct contacts to that individual as well as that individual have been quarantined or isolated, and we've taken the necessary precautions in the building, sanitizing and getting it ready for you. We have followed a protocol that makes our school safe for you to be here, and we will always do that. If we have a positive case in the building, of course, we've got to provide privacy to individuals, but we will let you know that there has been a positive case in the district and all the direct contacts have been notified. And that would help explain why so many numbers, why we are keeping assigned seats in the gym, why we have assigned seats in the cafeteria, just for that help of helping trace on COVID-19. Now, to debunk a few social media myths, it's out there right now that if your child comes down with the symptoms, we're going to prevent you from getting to your child. We're going to put them in isolation. We're going to hold them here and get them tested. That is not true. If your child comes down with symptoms that we feel are COVID-19, we're going to put them in a place where they can be comfortable and not exposing others. We're going to contact you and we're going to let you come get your child. We are not going to hold your child from you. Just know that keeping your child safe and comfortable, keeping the host student body and staff safe and comfortable is going to be our number one goal. Now, earlier in the day, in the speech I talked to you about dropping off your kids, I forgot to mention the earliest you could drop off children would be 7:15, and again, drop them off by the gym. Something else is when we leave school in the evening. Again, this is going to be a learning experience for the staff at Leslie Intermediate School. We've not had a big pickup and drop off of students. We're going to ask you to park on the east side of the gym, which is between the gym and the field, to wait for your students to be dismissed. And we'll have an order to dismiss them to your car. We'll probably dismiss our car riders around 3 o'clock. You're going to park over there and we'll dismiss them out of the gym. We're saving these other entrances so that we can space out where our students that are loading the buses, and we can maintain that good social distance. So drop off is at the gym. Pickup is you'll need to park at the gym. Please do not pull down in front of the school to wait to pick up your child. That's just going to cause you to be blocked in by the buses, and it's going to hinder us from getting students on to Marshall High School. Okay, I believe that is everything I have on my list. I know that the grade levels have some things to talk to you about, and they're going to go over with specific to their grade level. But let me again reiterate, we are glad to be here. We've done a lot of work this summer. We're looking forward to the kids. We're thinking how this can be a fun year in such strange circumstances. We can't wait for Monday to get here, and we know we're going to make the best year possible and keep your kids safe and keep on educating them. We look forward to seeing you guys Monday morning.